Welcome students for this session on trees. Today we will be learning heap sort. Okay. So firstly we will see the definition of what is the meaning of heap. Okay. There are two types of heaps. One is termed as the max heap and the other is termed as the mean heap. Now this I'll explain you the definition. A max into bracket mean. What is the meaning of this into bracket? I'll keep it aside. I'll explain it later. You just take it as a max heap is a complete binary tree with the property that the value at each node, this please read it as a node, each node is as large as the value at its children if they exist. So what is max heap? Every parent will be having, this is telling you about the children. The values of the children should be smaller than the parent. That's what the max heap means. Okay, so max heap basically means the parent. Remember, it is not a binary search tree. It is not a binary search tree. It will never say that the left side value should be smaller and right side value should be bigger. No, it is different one. What it is saying, consider any node, and if you consider any node and its children, then the parent should be bigger than the children, bigger than or equal to. So the biggest value, the maximum value should lie at the parent. If it is so, then it is termed as max heap. Now I'll explain what is mean heap. You will observe two times the brackets have been made. Now we will consider mean heap. A mean heap, now drop this particular thing max. A mean heap is a complete binary tree. Remember, it is binary tree, that too complete or almost complete. If you want, you can say almost complete. With the property that the value at each node is as small as. Now when you are considering mean heap, the value should be as small as the value at its children. It means that the parent is smaller than the children. It is termed as the mean heap. If the parent is bigger than the children, then or the maximum value lies at the parent, it is termed as the max heap. If the minimum value lies at the parent level, then it is termed as the mean heap. Please remember this fact. I'll explain with some diagram later. Now, we are going to learn certain things before learning actual heap sort. Okay, so one of the step of heap sort is the creation of heap. Given any list of numbers, how to create a heap. I am here. I'll be explaining here the max heap. On the similar lines, you can try out for mean heap. Okay, so suppose that is the list of the numbers. You can consider any numbers, but for the sake of this example, I am considering 26, 5, 77, 1, 61, 11, 80, and 15. Now what I do is I create a binary tree first by successively adding the elements. What does that mean? I will take the first value, put it as the root. I'll take the second value, I'll add it as the left child of the root. It means I will go on filling the binary tree level by level. I am filling up the binary tree level by level. So 26 as the root, 5 as its child, left child, 77 as its right child. Okay, so one level is filled up. Now this is the next value should go at the next level. So 1 is here, 61 as the right child, 11 as the left child of 77, and 80 as the right child of 77. Now this level is also filled up. So I go to the next level and I'll put the next value at the next level. Okay, have you understood this particular thing? Any doubts regarding this? Given any list of numbers, what to do? Create a binary tree. It means go on adding the numbers level by level. Okay, I think that is fairly simple to understand. Now, how will I represent this particular tree inside the array? I told you that we had discussed about array representation of the tree. So this is the array representation of this tree. This is 26. I'll put at 0, 5, next thing 77 here, 1 here, 61 here, 11, 80 and 50. Okay. I hope you understand. So what I did, I represented this tree into the array. Why to represent the tree into the array? Because basically given an array, and if you want to sort it using heap sort, how you do it, that's what this procedure will be explaining. Now we will first see creation of heap. So this is what I have firstly created the binary tree and represented the binary tree into the array. Fine. Then the next step is swapping of the elements. What to do? What is the rule for the max heap? I told you that we will constructing the max heap. Now this is the tree which I have constructed, binary tree. Okay, 26, 5, 77, 161, 11, 80, 15. We'll see the same thing exists over here, 26, 5, 77, 161, 11, 80, 15. Now I start applying that heap property. Okay, I need to swap the elements. What is the heap property for max heap? It is the parent should be bigger than the children. So the highest value should lie at the parent. So we won't start from this point. We won't start from root. We will start from the bottom. So 15 is bigger. 15 is bigger as compared to its parent 1. So what I'll be doing, I'll be swapping the two elements. Okay, then we next come to this point, 80. 80 and 77, what do you observe? This is as compared to 77, 11 is smaller, but 80 is bigger. So what we do, we swap the two elements. Okay, so swap the two elements. So 80 will go here, 77 will come here. So have you understood? The first step is what I do. I firstly create the heap basically, and how I create by swapping the elements. See here, firstly I created the tree, applied the swapping of the elements. So first thing we start from the bottom. So those two elements are swapped, then those two elements are swapped. Now if this is swapped with this, what you get is this 15 and 1. Okay, and if this is swapped with this, what you get is 77 and 80. Now I check at this level, the heap property is okay. Okay, this parent is bigger. At this level, I need to check if the heap property is correct, it is applied or not. It is obeying the heap property or not. Now what I observe, this is 61. 5 actually it's smaller than 15 and 61 both. But then what I do, the biggest one I'll push to the as the parent. So 61 61 and 5 I'll swap out. 61 and 5 I will swap out. Then suppose 61 is here and 80 here, and what is now when 61 is here, this is okay. Okay, those two levels are okay. Now what I do, 80 and 26 and 61 and 26. So I observe 80 is the biggest element, so I will be swapping with 26. So 80 will go up and 26 will come down. You will always observe it is not at all a binary search tree. What we discussed earlier, in the binary search tree, the left side values are smaller. Here you will observe never the same criteria is applicable over here. It is because we are not constructing the tree in that manner. Okay, so the left side values can be bigger than the parent, and even the right side values can be smaller than the parent, which is not applicable in a BST, right? So here I hope you understood this step. 15 and 1 we swapped, and then 80 and 77 we swapped. Then we get this diagram. 15 is here, 1 is here, and then 77 and 80. This is the proper thing. Now I swap 61 with 5. 61 will go here, and then I swap 80 with 26. So 26 will come down, 80 will go at the top. Now this is A and B diagrams. Now how the C diagram looks after swapping, after those two swaps, after those two swappings, how the tree will look like. The tree looks like this. Now 61, 77, 80. Now here one more problem was there, because 26 has come down. Again, one more swap I need to perform. It's children any of the child should not be bigger than the parent. Now if you notice over here, you will observe that the this particular side is okay. 1 is smaller than 15. 15 and 5 are smaller than 61. 11 and 26 are not. Actually 77 was here and 26 was here. So what I did, I'm swapping those two values. Earlier 26 was here and 80 was here. I had swapped the two values, and that is why the heap property is not fulfilled. Again the heap is disturbed, so I am swapping again. Okay, the rule is you start swapping from the bottom, go up to the top. Okay, so don't swap in a random manner. Go on swapping from the bottom, go up to the top. So what I get is this diagram, and ultimately this is the one which is the right diagram after swapping of all the elements. Now for heap sort, you have observed that what I am doing, it is having two phases: build heap and swap the elements. Okay, there are two steps involved. Heapify, it is termed as heapify. Actually many books refer to it as heapify. So what we are doing, building the heap and swapping the elements, and ultimately we are there to we got the heap. Okay, this is the proper heap. This is it is fulfilling. This is max heap. You will notice now you can check from bottom. This is fulfilling the heap property. These two are smaller than this. That is also fulfilling the heap property. Those two are smaller than this. So this is also fulfilling, and those two are smaller than this. So that is also fulfilling the heap property. This is max heap. Remember, the maximum element is at the root. Okay. Now we will see, apply those two steps at the time of heap sort. We will take some example. I may modify one or two values, and we will use the same example, similar example. So suppose 26, 5, 7, 80 I removed and I just added 59. Okay. Now we need to consider this data. We need to build the heap. The first step is building the heap. So 77, I had gone through all those steps. I need to apply all those steps, swapping and everything. And then what kind of heap I got? It's this heap. I'm not showing you again the construction of this heap. So this is the heap. So first, now this is step 1 for heap sort. What I'm doing, constructing the heap. So I constructed the heap. Now what I do, top is 0. This is the 0 value, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay. Now what I do, for heap sort, both the steps are to be applied. So this is building the heap. Once you create the heap, 77 is here, 61, 59. Remember not to create it randomly. Don't swap randomly. In a particular manner only you should swap. and what I got is this heap. I represented that heap in the array 77, 61, 59, 15, 5, 11, 26, 1. Okay, this is the array representation of this tree. This is the heap basically, but actually it is, I represented it using the tree. So I can represent it like this, right? Now, what you can do, simple technique we are doing for performing heap sort. Till now we have seen merge sort, quick sort, insertion sort, so many number of sorts we discussed earlier. Now this is a different type of sort. What is done over here? We are making use of that heap property for sorting. So all the time we'll take the maximum element at the root, and then we will simply swap that element with the last value. Now the last value currently is 7, so it means that element 1. So what I do, I swap it with 1. Now 1 and 77 swap. So how the thing will look like after swapping? It looks like this. So 1 is here and 77 is here. You will observe the remaining elements I don't disturb. The 61, 59, 15, 5, 11, 26. So all those elements are retained as they are. Now, because I found the highest element at the root because of the heap property, max heap property. So what I do? So for constructing constructing an array in a ascending order manner, what I do, I make use of max heap. Mean heap you can use for descending sort. Okay. Now here what I did, this I push at the last place. So what happens? This and this element are interchanged. So what happens? The maximum I put at the last place. So here you will observe 1 and 77 are swapped, and 77 is appearing at the last place. Here the last place is, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you number the array, you will find 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 is the last place, and what I got here, 1 has come to the 0th place and 77 at the last place. Okay, now you why that rectangular box? Okay, it means you may remember in bubble sort also we had applied some such technique. Whichever numbers are fixed, we don't want to disturb those numbers. If we got the maximum, we have placed the maximum at the final position, so we don't want to disturb those numbers, so we are representing it in the rectangular manner. So this is its final position. We don't want to change it anymore. So while saying build heap or swap, we will be considering the remaining heap, and we will not consider this number, remember. So this has been fixed at the last position. Now if you observe, and that is why basically that rectangular box, I hope you understood. Now again you will observe, because of this swapping, the heap property is it is not applicable over here. So it has been disturbed. The heap property is disturbed. The maximum element actually should come here, but because of swapping, it is some other element. So what we do, again we build the heap. Now what is the maximum element out of the remaining? It is 61. So what we do, we have to take 61 over here. So we will swap 1 and 61. So 1 comes over here, but then again the heap property is not fulfilled. So 1, because 15 is bigger, so what we do, we swap it again, and we get the next step. See, this element we are not disturbing. 61 we have taken to the top, 15, and here I will explain it again. Here, see this diagram, 61, because this is smaller, and out of the two children who is bigger, 61. So what I do, I take it to the top, And when I take 60, here the heap property is fulfilled, so I don't disturb that. Here also the heap property is fulfilled, but here it is not. So what I do, I take the maximum at the top, and top is means the root, and 1 will come down. Now 1 comes over here. Now this tree, this part of the heap is disturbed, so I need to swap it with 15. So 15 will go here. Are you able to understand? 61 is coming here, and 15 here, and 1 here. Why? I hope you understood, because I need to maintain the heap property for heap construction. Max heap indicates the maximum element should be at the root. Now this, up to this level it is okay, but here the heap property is disturbed. So what I do, 61 will go here, 1 will come down, and when 1 comes down, this heap, this part of heap is disturbed. Here it is 1, 15 and 5. So left side is disturbed. 15 is bigger. So what I do? Again swap. So 15 will come here and 1 will go here. Now you will observe the same aspect in the next diagram here. So that is step 2. Again I constructed the heap. 61 here, 15, 59, 1, 5, 11, 26. Okay, I hope you understood how to construct the heap, how to build the heap. I think it is clear. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. And now, because this is the last element, 7th element, it is fixed. We don't want to disturb 7th element. Now, how many elements are under consideration? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what is our last element now? It is 6. We don't want to disturb 77. It has already reached its destination. Okay, now the last element is 6. So top is 0, means from root we will be swapping, and from where we will be swapping? With the last, that is 6. So we will swap those two, and you will observe 61 in the swapping phase. So 26, 76 has gone up and 61 has come down. Now I put rectangular box over here because among the remaining elements, 61 is the biggest element, largest element. So I put the largest element, second largest, I would say the second largest element at the second last position, because I changed the last as 6. Okay, we are not disturbing 77. So the second largest element has been swapped with the last position. So this and this have been swapped, and I found 26 at the top and 61 over here. I think it is clear. Now again, if I want to represent this as tree, how do I make the tree? 61, 15, 59, 1, 5, 11, 26 and 77. So 77 is not to be disturbed, and after swapping what I get? 26 at the top, 15, 59. So I found 26, 15, 59, 1, 5, 11, 61, 1, 5, 11, 61 and 77. Now you observe 61 and 77 are taking their final position. They have been placed at the right appropriate position. So we don't want to disturb them. And now for this next round, next step, we change last to last element will be 5. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in the next round, the last element will be 5. We are not going to disturb those two elements. I think the array representation and those two things are clear. So actually remember what, if you want to draw it on the paper, how you will draw? You make 3 columns. You fold your page in 3 columns so as to make 3 equal parts of the page. Okay. Change your page, fold your page so as to make 3 equal parts of the page. In the first part, you should write this build heap and all those things, step number and top and last. Second part, you should write this. The last part, even if you don't draw this, will do, but it is essential that we should represent the array like this. Okay, so in the last part you can draw this particular thing. Fine. So 3 columns, if you want to show it on the paper, one first column, this one, second column, this one, last column, this one. Even if you want to show this also, you make 4 parts. You make 4 parts of the page. Okay, and then represent the trees. Okay, I think up to this the steps are clear. What we are doing, we are performing 2 steps. First step is building the heap, and then second step is swapping the elements, and after that we represent it in the tree. Okay, now this here again you will observe, we want to retain those 2 values as they are. We don't want to disturb those 2 values. So what we do here, we check only those many elements, and we will check if the heap property is fulfilled or not. Now this part is okay. This part is also okay. But if you observe this part, it is not okay. It is not fulfilling heap property. This is also okay, but this is not. So the bigger element, the largest element should go at the top. So we swap again. To construct the heap, we need to swap again. So this is our current tree, and we swap this with this. So what happens? 59 goes over here, 26 will come down. We will see the same effect is there or not in the next diagram. See, 59 here, 26 down, 15 retained as it was, 1, 5, 11, 61, 77. Okay, so we have constructed the heap. Now this is step 3. Top, that is the root 0. We don't change that, but what we change? Last with 5. This is the 5th value. Okay, up his 6 and 7 are fixed. So we should swap this value with the root. So what you find? 11 and 59 are swapped. Now 59 is fixed. So we put a rectangular box for that. 11 has gone up. Okay. Now if you want to represent this as a tree, as an array, 59, 15, 26, 1, 5, 11, 61 and 77. And if you want to represent this, what you find? 11, 15, 26, 1, 5, 59, 61, 77. Okay, now the last three elements means the up to third maximum we could find out. Okay, and we have placed the last 3 largest numbers at the appropriate position. Now our aim was to sort the given array. Our aim was to sort the given array, and what we are doing? Applying the heap property, building the heap, then swapping the elements, and again we will see how it reflects into the array. So actually, try to understand, even if this heap is constructed and swapping is constructed, every operation is taking place into the array only. But the array we try to consider as a heap, as the heap, max heap. And if it would have been max heap, this is the scenario. Okay, so actually operations are being taken, they are taking place into the array only. The swapping and all, building the heap, and all those operations are being performed on the array only. And that is why we are representing the array. So we had discussed, I think 6 or 7 methods of sorting. This is yet another sort, which is termed as heap sort, because we consider the max heap property or the mean heap property and go on applying the build heap and swap. I hope it is clear. Now the top is 0 and last is 5. So next time, for the next iteration, we need to swap it with this. But what we will swap, we will check if, though, forget about those three elements and check if the heap property is fulfilled for this. This part is okay, this and this is not okay. This section is not okay. Now select the maximum, push it to the, swap it with the root. So 11 will come down at this position. Okay. And 15 will remain over here. So if 11 comes over here and 26 here, then how the heap will look like. Now remember, because we are not going to consider this inside the construction of heap and all. So 11, even if 11 comes over here, hardly matters even if the children are bigger. Okay, so now we are not going to touch them because we have finalized their place. 59, where 59 should lie, 61 should lie, and 77 should lie. They should come at the last three places. Okay, so we will swap those two things, and what we get, this is step 4. Top is 0, last is 4. Why 4? 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, those three are already finalized. Now we had constructed the heap. So 26 comes up, 11 goes here, 15 and 11. Yes, this is perfect max heap. Now what we do, we have to swap this maximum with the last, that is fourth place. So it means element 5. So if we swap, what happens? 26 will come down. Its place has been finalized. So I put it in the rectangular box. 5 is here. Okay. And how the array will look like? 5, 15, 11, 5, 15, 11, 1, 26, 59, 61, 77. So 1, 26, 59, 61, 77. Now I need to remember that last 4 elements have been finalized, and whatever I'll be applying should be for it. Here we had considered last as 4. You will understand every time we are decrementing last place by 1. Last place we are decrementing by 1 every time. So earlier it was this, now it will be, for the next iteration it will be this place. Now have a look at this particular diagram. We are going to construct the heap, build heap. So what should happen? Can anyone guess what should happen? How the diagram will look like, this particular thing? It is not fulfilling the heap property. So what should happen? Which elements?
15 goes to
Yes, 15 and 5 we will swap. We will swap 15 and 5. It is the maximum element. So we will be putting it at the root, and root value will be swapped here. That effect you can see in the next slide. Okay, so step 5, top is 0, last is 3, and 15 goes here, 5 comes here as we discussed, 11 here. Okay, now we have already finalized last 4 elements, 15, 5, 11 and 1. Okay, now 15 will be swapped with which value? The last is third place. Third place means third place inside the array. So third place inside the array means 1. So 1 and 15 are swapped. You can see over here. So 15 we are showing in the rectangular box, means last 5 elements have been finalized. That what last maximum 5, max 5, whatever are the last largest 5 elements, fifth largest, so first largest, second largest, third largest, fourth largest, and fifth largest. All those elements we have placed in that order. And now what remains is 1, 5, and 11. Okay, we have swapped this and this, 15 and 1. And after that we got this diagram. Now you can see is the this particular tree obeying the heap property? Obviously not. So we need to swap the thing again. So with which value we will swap? 11 and 1. Okay, so we will see that. So this was step 5. In step 6, what we do? We retain top as 0 and last we make 2. Okay, so last becomes 2. This is again 11 has come up, 5 has gone down, 1 here. Now only those 3 elements are not sorted. So what we do? 0 and 2. 0th place and 2nd place we will be swapping. And what we get? 1 goes here and 11 goes here. Okay. Now you will observe 6 last max 6 elements, largest 6 elements have been identified and they have been put at the appropriate place. Now what remains is 1 and 5. Obviously again the heap property is disturbed, and so what happens? We need to swap those two to construct the heap. Okay, the same thing has been represented in the array 1, 5, 11, 15, 26, 59, 61, and 77. And now if we swap 5 and 1, what we get? Those two have been swapped. Okay, now we got step 7. Top is 0, last is 1, and we have constructed the heap. Those elements are not to be disturbed. What is to be changed is those two. Now it is fulfilling the heap property, it is max heap. Now we should swap this 0th place with 1st place. So after swapping, what we get? 1 here, 5, 11, and all those elements. And in the array, you will notice that after the 7th step, all the elements are sorted. So for 8 elements, we required 7 steps. Okay, I think it is clear. Any doubts regarding this? Okay, so 3 things we are doing. One is building the heap, swapping the elements, and showing the elements into the array. Okay, because our basic aim is to sort the array. Now, after the 7th step, we got the array as sorted array. So, this is how heap sort works. 3 steps you need to show: building the heap, swapping the elements, and showing representation of the array. 3 things you need to show on the paper. If at all asked in the exam, you need to do all those steps. Now, we will see how much is the efficiency of the heap sort. How fast is heap sort? If the tree has k levels, we don't know how many elements are there. Based on the number of elements, the levels will be changed. So here we had considered 8 elements, so we got 4 levels. Okay, so it all depends how many elements are there. If the tree has k levels with 2 raised to I minus 1 nodes, 2 raised to I minus 1 nodes on level I, it is, why this particular thing? It is because it is almost complete binary tree. We are trying to make it complete. Complete meaning the levels are filled up. The tree is filled up level by level. Okay, that is the way the complete binary tree or almost complete binary tree will be created. In almost complete binary tree, the last level, only the last level is not completely filled up. That's what you observe in the creation of heap. Only the last level is incomplete. Rest all levels are completed. They are already filled up. Okay, and so 2 raised to I minus 1 nodes on level I. What suppose it is 4 level. Okay, suppose it is 4 level, and 4 minus 1, 2 raised to 4 minus 1 means 2 raised to 3, 8 nodes can be there. Okay, it all depends. Now if you start the level with 0, obviously the things are different. 3 levels, 3 minus 1, so 2 raised to 2 means 4 nodes on level I. So then the initial creation of heap will take time equals to sum of nodes on each level. You need to find out how many nodes exist at every level. Into, this is multiplication, the number of levels the node can move, which comes almost equals to big O of n. So you'll observe this heap creation, heap high will first time building the heap. Okay, initial creation of heap. Afterwards, all the time we are disturbing the heap again and again because of swapping, and then again we have to heapify. So initial one is big O of n. The next loop calls heapify n minus 1 times. We have just seen heapify is invoked for 7 number of steps. Okay, so heapify n minus 1 times, whatever are the elements into minus 1 number of times. Each call to heapify takes big O of log n to the base 2 time. I told you that whenever the divide by 2, the given thing is subdivided into 2 portions, it will take log n to the base 2, because you might have observed the same thing in um, the the search which we discussed. Do you remember the searching techniques which we discussed, which takes log n to the base 2? The first one was the sequential search, and the second one was binary search, where we were making 2 parts of the given array, and one every time we were discarding one. So that's why whenever you make 2 parts, every time log n to the base 2. Always remember, if you are making 2 parts, the time will be log n to the base 2 because of 2 parts. Okay, now big O of log n to the number of elements, n is number of elements, log n to the base 2 is the time to heapify. So for n elements, this is n into log n to the base 2, n number of times heapify is n minus 1 times actually. So this is first time, and the subsequent times you need log n to the base 2. So n into log n to the base 2 is the total time complexity of heap sort. It is much faster as compared to other sorts, whichever sorting techniques we learn. Okay, so we have seen quick sort and merge sort. They are fastest things. They based upon certain aspects. Only in case of quick sort, the worst case is will be giving you higher values. Otherwise, quick sort is the fastest one. But for merge sort, uh, even in case of worst case, you are getting the same time complexity. Now, similarly, for heap sort, we are having the time complexity big O of n log n to the base 2. So it is much more efficient as compared to the bubble sort, insertion sort, selection sort, all those kinds of sorts. I hope it is clear. So here we stop for today's session. Thank you.